Most small business owners make financial decisions by feel, not because they are careless. Because building a financial model that accurately reflects the economics of their specific business has always required either expensive professional help or technical skills that most owners simply do not have. So they estimate. They sense check. They look at the bank balance and decide whether it feels healthy enough to make the investment. They project revenue based on recent months and hope the pattern holds. They price services based on what competitors seem to charge rather than on what the unit economics of their own business actually require. The result is not incompetent decision-making. It is decision-making without a clear view of the numbers, and the decisions that look reasonable without that view often look very different when the model is finally built and the real economics become visible. AI makes building a working financial model a one-afternoon project for any business owner regardless of their technical background. Welcome to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day with fresh AI strategies. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss tomorrow's video. What a business financial model actually does before the build, the honest answer to the question most business owners never ask. A financial model is not a forecast. A forecast says this is what I expect to happen. A model says if these inputs are true then these outputs follow, and if the inputs change the outputs change in ways you can see and understand before the change happens rather than after it. The distinction matters enormously in practice. A forecast gives you a single projected outcome. A model gives you a range of outcomes depending on which assumptions prove true, and it shows you which assumptions matter most to the overall picture. The business owner who has a model can ask and answer questions that the business owner without one cannot. What happens to my profitability if my largest client reduces their spend by 30%? What is the minimum monthly revenue I need to sustain my current cost structure? At what point does hiring a new team member become self-financing from the additional revenue they enable? These are not complicated questions. They are unanswerable without a model and trivially answerable with one. Building the revenue model. The first component of the business financial model is the revenue model, a clear picture of where income comes from, what drives it, and how it behaves under different conditions. Give Claude a description of your business revenue streams. For each stream, the source of the revenue, how it is priced, the typical volume or frequency, and the factors that most influence whether it is higher or lower in a given month. Ask Claude to build a revenue model with 3 scenarios. A conservative scenario, based on the lower end of your historical range and the assumption that 1 or 2 things go less well than hoped. A base case, your honest expectation based on current trajectory. And an optimistic scenario, based on the upper end of what is genuinely achievable if the main growth levers work. The 3-scenario revenue model immediately reveals 2 things most business owners have never seen clearly. The range of their revenue uncertainty, how different the conservative and optimistic scenarios actually are. And the main driver of that uncertainty, the 1 or 2 variables that produce most of the difference between the 3 scenarios. The variables that produce most of the revenue range are the ones that deserve the most attention and the most active management. Building the cost structure. The second component is a complete and honest cost structure. Every fixed cost, every variable cost, and every cost that sits ambiguously between the two. Most business owners underestimate their true cost structure because they track costs by category rather than by type. The distinction that matters for decision-making is not whether a cost is operational or administrative. It is whether the cost is fixed regardless of revenue, variable in proportion to revenue, or stepped, fixed up to a certain revenue level and then jumping to a new fixed level when that threshold is crossed. Give Claude your monthly costs. Ask it to categorize each one by type, fixed, variable, or stepped, and to calculate your break-even revenue. The break-even figure, the monthly revenue below which the business loses money, is the single most important number in the cost structure and the one most business owners either do not know or have not calculated accurately. Unit economics and pricing validation. The third component is unit economics, the profitability analysis at the level of the individual transaction, client, or product rather than at the business level. Most pricing decisions are made without unit economics. The price feels right. It is in the range of what competitors charge. Clients do not complain. But whether the price actually produces a margin that sustains the business, and whether different types of clients or projects are more or less profitable than the average, is almost never examined. Give Claude your pricing for each service or product, the typical cost to deliver each, and the average time or resource investment per unit. Ask it to calculate the margin on each offering and to identify which services are most profitable and which are least profitable per unit of resource invested. The unit economics analysis almost always produces at least one significant insight. A service that feels central to the business is producing a margin too thin to sustain. A service that feels peripheral is producing the healthiest margin in the portfolio. Pricing adjustments made from this analysis produce more financial improvement than almost any other single business decision. The scenario planning session. With the revenue model, cost structure, and unit economics built, the scenario planning session is where the model pays its most immediate dividend. Ask Claude to run 3 specific scenarios through the complete model. What happens financially if you lose your largest client? What happens if you hire one additional person at a specific salary level? What happens if you raise prices across all services by 15%? The answers to these questions, seen in the model rather than estimated by feel, change how business decisions are made. The hire that felt risky becomes obviously self-financing at a specific revenue threshold. The price increase that felt uncomfortable produces a margin improvement that the model makes undeniable. What is the business decision you are currently making by feel that a financial model would let you make with clarity? Drop it in the comments. I personally reply to every comment. If this gave you a clear system for finally understanding your own numbers, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day. See you tomorrow.